Hello my YouTube friends! Prism has so many epic built-in features and it's so easy to set up and start streaming. All that's really left is overlays and custom alerts, but they take so long to create on your own. Believe me, I know. So today I want to show you how to get epic free overlays for Prism Live Studio, where to find them, and how to add them into Prism. We have a lot to get to, so you know what? Let's get to it! We're going to use stream elements for all of our free overlays, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to add them into Prism Live Studio. These will work for any streaming platforms as well. I'm going to use them for YouTube. There is a link in the description down below so you can check it out for yourself for both Prism and Stream Elements. And oh, by the way, they're both absolutely, totally, 100% free. So let's dive in. Let's start out by setting up Prism real quick. So we're going to go up here to the hamburger menu and we're going to create a new profile because we're going to have a new stream. And we're just going to call this one Game Stream and click OK. We're going to not have the auto configuration wizard set. And then we're going to go and we're going to set a new scene collection. We'll call this one Game Stream as well. And click OK, and you can see it cleans everything up. So I want to go in and clean this up a little bit. So we're going to go in here, and the first thing we're going to do is go to audio, and we're going to disable all of the default devices. And that's just because I want to pick my own audio. Whatever the audio is going to be, I want to be the person who actually picks that. So other than that, we're good to go here. I'm going to move this down here so it's more familiar to you guys, where you probably have your scenes and sources is down here. Now if we wanted to set up our profile real quick and easy, we could just go into this right here, and then we can just pick our 1920 by 1080 30 frames per second right here. So it'll basically just set up your stream right here. So there we go. Boom. Now we're ready to live stream. We didn't have to set up anything. And that will work just fine. So we have our profiles and all that stuff completely set up. Now we can go and select our free overlay. So we're going to go into Stream Elements, and if you have never done this before, you're going to click Get Started. It's going to connect you to your account. And you can do Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, or Trovo right here. You just select it. It's going to be pretty much the same. You're just going to connect to your account. You've probably connected lots of applications to your account. This is no different. I already have an account, so I'm just going to go ahead and click that, and it's just going to connect me to the proper account. And here we go. We're in. And this is just the dashboard. It's what you're always going to see. But we are going to go ahead and select our streaming tools, and we're going to go to Overlays Gallery. Now all of the overlays that you're going to see in the overlay gallery are completely 100% free. You can also get alerts and widgets in here, but we're going to start in the themes right here. So every one of these is completely free. Totally awesome. So all we have to do is select one, and I think kind of into space games lately. I'm really excited for Starfield to come out, so let's see if we can find something. Space Force animated stream overlays. Well, that sounds interesting. Well, this looks pretty cool. Let's give this a try. So we're going to click Create My Overlay, and it brings up all of these pieces right here. So we've got our game scene, our talk scene, our start scene, our be right back scene, and our end scene. So let's start out with our game scene right here, and we're going to just click our little thing, and then we're going to go over into Prism. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and we're going to rename this, and we're just going to call it Game. And then I'm going to go over into Sources, and we're going to just go to our browser source and click OK, and we'll call this Game Scene. And I'm gonna go ahead and paste that in, and we're gonna set this up 1920 by 1080. And we are going to control audio from Prism, because any of the alerts and anything like that that we want to hear the audio from, we're going to need that. Other than that, we're all set. We can just click OK and our stuff comes up, and we need our camera. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just click the plus. We're going to use a simple camera for this. So I'm going to go ahead and add a video capture device. Click OK. And we'll just call this cam. And you definitely want to name your stuff so you know what it is. And we're going to go and we're going to use this one right here. I just want to go ahead and use a custom audio device. Select the audio that I will be using. Click OK. And now all we have to do is go ahead and put it in the proper location. And then we'll drop it down behind our game scene. And then we have to load our game scene. Now for games, I use a display capture. Just makes it easier. So I'm going to go ahead and add a display capture on the monitor that I would normally have my game. So to do this is really simple. I'm going to click the plus and I'm going to go to display capture. Click OK. And we'll just call it, I'm just going to leave it at display capture. I know what that is. And this is the display that I will use in this example. Just stretch it out and then we'll go ahead and bring it below everything else, and there we go. So now when our game comes up on that monitor, it's already in here. We just have to add the game audio, and you can use the specific game audio or you could just use the desktop source. So I'm going to go ahead and add an audio output capture, which will capture my desktop audio, and we'll call this game audio. And I'll go ahead and just select the headphones that I'll be using while I'm playing right there, and boom. So now we have our camera audio, our game audio, and our game scene audio, which will play any sort of alert sounds that we might have. So we have everything we need in here, and you can see this scrolls through, gives you the opportunity to add your YouTube and your TikTok and your Instagram usernames, and I'll show you how to change that up in a minute. But let's go ahead and do the next scene. We're going to add a talk scene and click OK, and then we're just going to flip back over here and we're going to grab our talk scene link. We're going to go into Prism, click the plus, go into our browser source, and we'll call this talk scene and click OK. And then we'll go ahead and paste it in here, 1920 by 1080. And we want to click on that audio in Prism so that we get the audio. And boom, there we go. So we now have a couple of different places. This right here is going to have our chat, and we have a location for video and stuff. We can put our Instagram, Discord, TikTok, all that stuff information up here. We can edit it up. We've got our members and our super chats and all of that sort of stuff already populated down here and working. So this is pretty much set up. We just need to add our camera. I'm going to go ahead and click the plus, go to video capture device, click OK. And I'm going to add our existing camera right here. We're going to shrink it up. Now I suppose that right up here you can add video. This is going to be chat down here. So you could add game footage video in there or something if you want. Let's go ahead and add a piece of game footage video in there. So what I'm going to do is just go to a media source and I'll click OK. And game footage, put that in there. And I'm going to just go ahead and browse to find some game footage here. And obviously you probably want to set up like a best of or something like that to put in here. Grab this, put it on a loop, click OK. Shrink it down to its appropriate size, somewhere in the same general area as its appropriate size. Drop it down, and there we go. So now we've got this mostly set up. We just need to change, our Twitter and Instagram stuff. The chat's already going to be there. It's already set up, so we don't have to worry about it. Let's go ahead and add our next scene. Let's go with the Be Right Back scene, and we'll click OK. We're going to click the plus here, and first we have to go and get our Be Right Back scene over here. So let's see, start, Be Right Back. Here it is. We're going to click that. I'm going to go over here. We're going to go to browser source, click OK. Be Right Back scene, and we're going to click OK. And we'll just paste it in here. Super. 1920 by 1080. And we want our audio. Okay. Boom. There we go. So we got our Be Right Back scene, and it basically is exactly what we want. The only thing we need to do is put our little Instagram, YouTube handle and stuff if we want to change that up. And so let's do our starting soon scene. And so we're just going to go ahead and click start, click OK. We're going to go in here and we're going to go to browser, start scene, and all you have to do is go over here and select our start scene right there. Back into Prism, we'll paste it in here, and then 1920 by 1080. And we're going to control audio via Prism. Click OK. Boom. There we go. That's our starting soon scene. I like it. This is a really, really cool little mock-up. Let's go ahead and do our last one, which is the end. So we'll do end. And we'll come over here. And we're going to do another browser source. We'll call this end scene. And click OK. And of course it's 1920 by 1080. We just need to get our links and come back over here, paste our link in there, and then check control audio via Prism, and boom, there's our end scene. So we're all set up. We've got our game scene, our talking scene, our Be Right Back, our starting soon, and our end scene. So we just need to modify these up for our Instagram and our YouTube and all that sort of stuff so that this is populated like it's supposed to be. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to go right over here into here, and we're going to go to my overlays, and you can see each one of the scenes has its own overlay right here. So we've got the game scene right here. Let's go into that one first. And you can see this little rotator has your custom widgets for your TikTok and all that stuff. So if we just click on it, so we've got our images here, and we can change the name right here. It's TikTok username, and you can just put your username in there. And then of course Discord and Instagram and YouTube. Alright, so basically now all of that stuff will rotate, and it will give you the proper information. So that's pretty much how you set that up. You can already see that this stuff is all set up, and we can see that our alerts are right here. So everything is all set up on this screen to do what it's supposed to do. So if you wanted to use a different camera size, it's already included here. So you could basically minimize this camera size right here. You can just make that unviewable, and you could make this camera viewable and move it over here if you wanted to have a 3/4 cam instead of the full 16:9. So they give you actual options in here as well. And then over here is where we're going to have our alerts. So if I trigger our alerts, you're going to see what they look like. And boom. So there we go. And these alerts obviously have sound. So that sound will be played. If you don't want it playing through your speakers, you're going to want to go ahead and click this right here so it blocks it. But let me show you that it is playing through the speaker in Prism by going to our subscriber event again, and we'll just flip over here, and you can see there it is playing right there. Very, very cool. I actually like these alerts, and if you come down here, you can see that it was playing audio as well. So it's pretty cool. So with layers selected, you can go ahead and just select one of these up here, and it tells you right here you can edit your social names right here. So you've got your YouTube, your TikTok, your Discord, your Instagram, and your Twitter, along with your labels right here, which your labels are this stuff down here, and it's already set up, so you don't really want to mess with it. These also have your alert boxes right in here, so if an alert comes in, it will play over top of this as well. You want to go in and individually mute each one of these. Let's do a tip event. Let's see what that looks like. And there we go. These are just really, really cool alerts, I think. And there's a lot going on here, but it is basically just your starting soon scene. And your end scene and your be right back scene are going to be pretty similar to this. You can modify all this stuff up just like on any of the other scenes as well. And basically the only difference is the text. This is a pretty good example of some really nice overlays. Work really well. So super easy, completely 100% free overlays. And every different overlay that you're going to find in there is going to be completely different. Some of them will have your social media stuff, some of them won't. They'll all have different themes. You can have a different one depending upon each type of game that you play. They're all fun. They all have their own alerts and everything else. But not only that, you can set those up. They can look awesome. And then you have all of the amazing features that you get in Prism anyways. So if we wanted to have text down here scrolling across to give us chat information or whatever, we could easily do that. All you have to do is click the plus and you go to your text source right here. And let's say we had a channel point system set up. So this could be our points redeems info, and we can click OK. And what we'll do is we can select a font. You can select a font that looks kind of similar to the one they have. You could probably even download and select the same font that they're using. Let's use some kind of a spacey type font. We'll use this Quake 2 font and click OK. Let's see how big this is. So we'll just call this Redeems. And what we can do is we'll put a little space before it, and we'll put a little space after it, and we'll just type some in. You kind of get the point. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click OK. We're going to go to our preview scaling, and we'll hold down our space bar. So now we can select this. And we're going to go ahead and adjust our text size a little bit. Alright, and then I'm just going to grab this end, hold down the Alt key, shrink it up. And now we want this to go ahead and scroll while we're streaming. So what we're going to do is right click on here, and we're going to go to filters, and we'll click the plus, and we're going to go to scroll. And we'll just adjust it so it scrolls. And there we go. So now we have a scrolling bar at the bottom. Maybe we don't want it to go quite that far. So what we'll do is I'm going to shrink it up a little bit because I don't think we want it to go past our chat box. We want it to be a little bit more subtle and small. And then I'll take this right here. I'm going to go Alt. Bring it over here. So it kind of looks like it's coming out of our chat box there. Just use the arrow key, bring it up a little bit. There we go. So now we've got our redeems information right in there so people could do it, and we've added that simply in Prism. You can use other types of animated text. You can add all kinds of really cool Prism stuff, including drawing on the screen. By clicking here and just selecting how you want to draw. Select your color right here. Let's go with white, and the size. And then you can draw on the screen and remove it. So if you wanted to do commentary on your game scene, on how something went, you can actually physically draw it on the screen. Super cool. And to get rid of it, you just go ahead and click that and it will hide it. Some absolutely incredible free overlays, and when you add them to Prism Live Studio, you could put together a great live stream in less than 10 minutes. If you want to learn more about what you can do in Prism Live Studio, you should definitely check this video out. And a big thanks to Prism Live Studio for sponsoring this video. I couldn't possibly do this without them or you. So do me a favor and check them out. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks to help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Feyrer Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.